Hello everyone, this is your 5 and welcome to the Corporate Accessory Toy Review. And today I'll be looking at the just released by 21st Century Toys Ultimate Soldier Extreme Detail Playset and Action Figure Review. And today's playset and action figure review, looking at the 1/18 scaled of the Bombed French Building Playset with one Allied Soldier action figure. Now, I got this straight from eBay, and this is quite a costly collectible, and it cost me $49.95. Yes, $49.95, and that's not even including the shipping. Shipping costs about $40 there. Now, why is it so expensive? Is because the 21st Century Toys company has long shut down for many years ago, and many of their products, it's really hard to get their products, but you can still get them in eBay. But in eBay, most of the products for the 21st Century Toys are consisting of tanks, half-tracks, planes, helicopters, artillery guns, figures, and accessories. For playset wise, the playset wise is very rare and very hard to get, and not a lot of people are selling it. Furthermore, there are several types of playsets available for the 21st Century Toys line itself, but I managed to get this version of a playset. Now let's take a look at the front part packaging itself. Now the overall packaging is mainly in white box, but there are some images there. First, we have the logo of the Ultimate Soldier Extreme Detail. Background itself, we got actual images of an old buildings from World War II, I assume. There's explosions going on at the back of the background itself as well. And at the bottom section there, we got images of the playset, and the playset is not really that huge. We only have one part of the wall itself for the Bombed French Building. I'm not too sure why you call it a building if there's only one portion of the wall itself, and there's also half a wall of a broken down brick wall there. There are two figures being shown, but this set only comes with one figure. This is the Allied figure that came along with the set. The German soldier there is not included in this playset. Now, for the rest of the size of the packaging itself is mainly the title of the playset itself. So it's nothing that spectacular. So that's on the other side for both sides as well, and at the bottom. The back portion of the packaging is just pure blank, and at the corner there we have the purchase approved barcode along with the 21st Century Toys logo. Now, inside of the packaging itself, this is how it looks like when packaged. As you can see all the parts there. Yes, you have to assemble it yourself. It comes with a small little instruction manual, which I'm going to show later. So without further ado, let's open up this box, assemble the playset, and get the figure out. We can molest them. Be right back. And we're back on the figure and the rest of the stuff out from packaging. First things first, let's take a look at the figure that came along in the playset itself. We have an Allied soldier here, and he does come with several accessories, but he doesn't come with a base stand. So let's take a look at his weapon first. Now, it comes with a Browning automatic rifle, very nicely done. Now, the entire thing is actually made of a brown plastic material, so the brown parts are actually not painted, but the middle portion and the gun barrel there is actually painted in gunmetal colors and a bit of silver paint job. Very nicely done with the details. As you can see, the details is very nice. You've got the clip in the middle here, the finger guard and the trigger, stock at the back, mechanism at the sides. You can see the barrel itself, very nicely done with the details, especially on the top section. There's a small little targeting sight, very nicely done. Very nicely done with the details, and it's compatible for your 3 1/4 inch figures, especially G.I. Joe figures. Very nice. Too bad it doesn't have a bipod, but it's a very nice accessory. Now for the rest of the items are meant to peg onto the figure itself, but you know, if the figure can actually hold them, except for the pouches. First we have the water canteen. Now the water canteen is actually made of a beige colored plastic material with a little bit paint job on the top, especially on the cap, painted in, well, black paint job. Now there's no other paint job involved for the water canteen here, and there's a smaller peg here where you plug it at the side of the figure's pants. Also compatible for, well, 3¼ inch figures to hold it. What I don't understand is why would they include a separate piece for a smaller pouch here. As you can see, the smaller pouch is also the same material being made with the water canteen, and the button is painted in black. Back portion of the smaller pouch, there's a smaller peg there that pegs at the side of the figure's pants. Very small accessory, and quite easily, well, if you lose your guard onto the pouch itself and it falls off and drops somewhere, it's really hard to find it. Then we have two pouches. They are the same pouches there. Now the pouches are also made with the same plastic material, beige plastic material, similar like the water canteen and the smaller pouch, and the buttons are painted in black. Now the back portion here, there's a smaller hole instead of a peg, because the figure actually has two pegs on the belt itself, so you actually plug it on the sides there. That goes with the other pouch itself, as you can see, same material. And finally we have his smaller backpack, which is also made of the same plastic material, beige colored plastic material, and the straps there, the buckle of the straps there, are painted in a little bit of black. Smaller details, as you can see at the back portion, you have this molded inwards of two straps, because these two straps are meant for the back of the figure itself to fit, well, nicely. There's a smaller peg there to plug it at the back of the figure's, well, back hole. Very nicely done. Now let's take a look at the figure's paint job. Now the figure's paint job is nothing that spectacular. Half the body is actually in beige plastic color, and the other half of the body is in, well, in this swamp green, really dull green plastic color. As you can see there, bottom section of the boots section here, the shin here, is actually made of a beige plastic color. Bottom section of the boots here, the boots are actually painted in really dull green, swamp green colors. Bottom section of the boots here are painted in black. Flesh tone skin is actually painted, but not really as much. The belts are actually painted, but it's a little bit sloppy on the middle section there. There's a bit of paint job there in the middle, but it's a bit smudged. The strap is painted as well. The belt strap and the buckles are painted in silver. The inside of the shirt itself is also painted in really dull green paint job. The flesh tone skin is also a bit painted, eyes as well. The helmet is actually a separate piece, but they glue the entire helmet onto the head. So the entire helmet is actually made of a, well, green colored, dull green colored plastic material with a little bit of paint job under the strap itself with beige colored straps. Very nice. On the side of the sleeve here, you got the ranking. So that's on the other side, and a smaller badge on the top that's stated as number 1. Very nice. Very simplistic. Now the mold of the figure is actually not bad, but the problem is they also molded the arms to, well, cross on one section like so, and so does the other arm, bend the arm like so, totally molded like that. And I really wish the helmet is removable rather than glue on. It's actually not bad if they actually didn't glue the helmet on. The mold of the face itself, the sculpt of the face, is actually not bad. It's alright. It's nothing that spectacular. But the details on the shirt itself is very nice. Buttons, straps, A lot of straps, a lot of buckles, very nice details. In the back portion as well, wrinkles, straps, more buttons, which is painted in black. Now the pants is nothing that spectacular, it's very normal looking pants. Bottom section of the boots, however, is very nice. You got the straps, very nice. Straps here, very nicely done. The details are nice, but it seemed kind of cheap for the material itself, but it's still alright. Now let's take a look at the figures articulation. Now for the 21st century toys, the figures don't actually have a lot of articulation, and you already noticed the arms being that way. First things first, the head can actually turn 360 degrees and cannot pivot back and forth, down or up or side to side. Waist joint there can turn 360 degrees, but there's no torso joint to pivot down or back or side to side. Shoulder joints here can turn 360 degrees, but you cannot lift the arms outwards. There is no elbow joint at all. You cannot even swivel the joints as well. There's a swivel joint on the wrist which turns 360 degrees. Hip joints is basic articulation, can only move forward, back a little bit, cannot go sideways. And the knee joint is on a swivel cut in a diagonal way, so you don't actually bend the knee because there's no knee, well, technically no knee joint, but you can actually swivel the leg like so, twist the lower shin of the leg, so he sort of looks like he's bending his knee there. And the lower section of the shin there is a swivel cut that turns 360 degrees. There's no ankle joints either. So the articulation is rather basic, and there's not a whole lot of poses that you can do with the 21st century toys figures. So I really don't like the articulation, the limited articulation for the figures itself. But the details, some of the details are very nicely done, especially on the body here, really nice details there. And I really wish the helmet is removable. What I really don't like is that they don't give a swivel cut on the elbows. Some of the figures for the 21st century toys, some of the figures actually come with a swivel cut on the elbows itself, so you can actually have them stand straight or have them bend their elbows. This one is permanently molded with a bent elbow, which is rather disappointing. Now the accessory, I love the gun. The gun is really nice. I really like the water canteen, but I'm not too fond with the backpack and the pouches there, because you actually have to peg it onto the figure. Well, the water canteen you have to peg it on the figure, but at least it's a separate piece of accessory which you can have the figure hold the water canteen if he's thirsty. But the pouches to plug in on the side of the pants, there's also pegs on the belt here. It's not really that great actually, because it tends to fall off quite easily. So if I'm gonna give a rating on this figure, it's just that the figure is alright. It's just that, well, it's not a whole lot of fun you can play around with the figure. Not a lot of poses that you can do. Very limited articulation. So if I'm gonna give a rating on this, sculpt and mold is very nice, but articulation wise, the playability of the figure, I'll just give it a 5 out of 10. Yes, 5 out of 10 for the Allied Soldier figure. Next up, we'll take a look at the playset. Be right back. And we're back, and this time we'll take a look at the playset. Now the playset has been fully assembled, but inside the packaging it comes with a smaller instruction manual on how to assemble the playset, which is rather easy to assemble. As you can see, all I have to do is snap in the parts and you're done. On the other side of the manual itself is all blank. Now let's take a look at the playset. Now the playset is actually in 1/18 scale, which is compatible to fit your 3¼ inch figures, which in this case the packaging comes along with a 3¼ inch figure of the Allied Soldier. Now the soldier has been fully equipped with all the accessories, which I neglected to show everyone in the first part of the video itself. All the pouches has been placed in, water canteen, and he's equipping with the Browning light automatic rifle there. Very nice. And let's take a look at the size comparison with the brick wall, the broken down brick wall there. First I have to adjust the figure for him to stand properly, because this kind of figures tend to have a problem standing properly. As you can see there, very nice. And also a size comparison to the building itself, very nice. We're going to put this on one side, and as I mentioned before, it's compatible to your 3¼ inch figures or 4-inch figures. So yes, we're bringing out the Pursuit of Cobra Viper, because it's compatible to their sizes as well. As you can see there, very nice. As you can see there, very nicely done. Now let's take a look at the paint job for the playset. We'll start off with the broken down brick wall. As you can see, there's 2 pieces for this brick wall, and it's made of a red plastic material. At the bottom you can see that, but the mold itself is absolutely gorgeous, and you can see a bit of shading of colors as well. Each of the bricks is being molded on, very nicely done. You can feel the bricks itself, and you can also feel the roughness of the bricks as well. Very nice. Some of the bricks has a little bit of hole, very nice. Top section there, all the broken pieces, very nicely done with the details. Very nice. I really wish there's more to this in this package for the playset, like more walls, but you get what you get. Now let's take a look at the huge playset. I'm going to move the wall one side. Now the playset here, the paint job is absolutely gorgeous, very detailed stuff. As you can see, there's a lot of different kinds of colors being applied onto the playset. The entire thing, majority of the parts itself is actually made of a beige plastic color, this kind of a color like that, but they're actually painted very nicely done with the details there, like dirt, grime, dust. Very nice. As you can see, all the painted dust there, very nicely done with the details. Don't forget on the sides as well for the broken wall, small little brick is being painted as well. Wooden parts are actually painted in dark brown, a mixture of dark brown colors. Back portion of the wall itself, as you can see, very nice paint job colors. Got a small little map, well, at least one portion of the map here is nicely painted, very nicely done with the details of the paint job. Very nice. You got the map going on. The wood section of the frame is painted in brown. Very nicely done. Details are very nice. Rotten wood, destroyed beam. Very nice. Now there is a bit of a function for the playset itself. The doors actually is able to be opened because they are on a hinge. Very nice. You can open and close the doors. Now the details of the entire playset is absolutely stunning. You got the pillar going on, part of the roof itself. You got the archway, very nice steps, marble steps. But I really wish they actually paint the bottom section of the base itself with a bit more paint job. It looks a bit more plastic. But you got the marble tiles there, you got the steps going on. But the most paint job being painted on is the back portion. Very nice, and you get to see a lot of details of the bricks, broken down beams, broken down wooden beams, molded on parts, glued on and molded on parts like the half of a map itself and the wooden frame. Very nicely done with details. This is the bottom section of the playset. Very nice details. As you can see, the door there, the hinge, rivets, door handle, very nice. Very nicely done. But I really don't like how they actually glued some parts of the building itself onto the playset. Like this beam here is a separate piece and they glue it on, and you get to see a little bit of glue, dry glue residue on the corners there. so this is not really well done. But majority of the details of the playset is very nicely done. As you can see on the sides there, very nice. A full 360 view of the entire playset. Very nice. And very fun when you want to do dioramas for this playset for your G.I. Joe figures or any other 3¼ figures. Very nice. Very, very nice. The size is actually not bad. I really wish there's more walls instead of one section of the broken down building. I really wish there's one more wall on this side here, making it really, really awesome looking. But this is what you get. This is just one section of the playset itself. So if I'm gonna give a rating on this, I would say the playset is absolutely gorgeous, really worth the money, but not too expensive. $49 is still at least affordable in some ways. So if I'm gonna give a rating on this, I'll give it a nice 9 out of 10. Yes, 9 out of 10 for the Bombed French Building playset. I would have given 10, but due to the size of it, I mean, I really wish there's more to it rather than just one section. So yes, 9 out of 10 for the Bombed French Building. I thank you all for watching. This is Lucy05 and I'm signing off.